Hello guys, welcome to Code and German. Today we'll be covering the chapter 7 of the Grammatic Active book. So this book, Grammatic Active by Cornelson. Okay, so let's get started. So this chapter is about the treenbare verben. Okay, so treenbare verben. It means separable verbs. So it means the verb that you can separate. Okay, separable verbs. So what actually is happening is that we already know that there is a verb called kaufen, right? Kaufen means to buy. So kaufen means to buy. Okay, and in Germany, like in the German language, uh, what happens actually is that you can add some prefix with the verb. So this is a prefix in front of a verb to combine them together to form a new word. Okay, so these two combines together, which has similar meaning but can be used in a different context. Okay, so einkaufen will become shopping. So einkaufen means shopping and only kaufen means to buy. Okay, for example, when we want to say that I am shopping, we don't say that ich einkaufen. No, we don't say like this. In separable verb, we have to separate this prefix with the verb, and this last portion will be conjugated with the pronoun. So these are the pronouns ish, er, sie, es. We have already learned. It will be conjugated with the separated verb, and the prefix will be at the very end. Okay, so if we just use ish kaufe, it means that I buy. So I buy what? So ich kaufe, like we can say apple. So I buy apple. And when we say ich kaufe ein, then it becomes this. They are separated, not together. There is a space. Ich kaufe ein. It means that I am shopping, or I am doing the shopping. Okay, in the present. So I am shopping. Okay, and if we remove that apfel, then ich kaufe, it becomes only I buy. Okay, now so many things. There is something called separable verbs. What happens that in some smaller verbs we add some prefixes, and we can cut down the prefix and use it in a sentences. Okay, and what happens is that the last portion of that verb we have to conjugate with the pronoun. For example, ich, du, er, sie, es, like this. Okay, and the last remaining portion will be at the very end. The prefix will be at the very end of the sentence. Okay, so next sentence is kaufe im Supermarkt ein. So I am shopping in the supermarket. Ich kaufe heute im Supermarkt ein. So it means I am shopping today in the supermarket. Okay, so as I have told already, in this portion we see that the verb is einkaufen. So verb is einkaufen. We can cut down this portion, and kaufen we already know. So ich kaufe. So this kaufe is conjugated on the basis of ich, and we give the rest of the sentence, and the prefix is remaining. Prefix will go at the end. Okay, no problem. What if there is a modal verb and the treenbare verb? So we have one verb, we have two verb. So what happens? We know that in the sentences in German language, the verb always takes the position two, and now we have two verbs. So one verb will get higher priority and other verb will get lower priority, right? So what happens? The modal verb gets higher priority and treenbare verb gets lower priority. So what happens is ish, then moose is a modal verb, morgen, and then in the end it goes the einkaufen. Here einkaufen is a treenbaren verb, but they are not separated. Why they are not separated? Because like if they were used in position 2 in the sentence, then you could have separated. Since they are going at the very end, so in this case we will not cut down the separable verbs. So this is the first case, only if treenbaren verb is present. This is the second case, when modal verb and treenbaren verb is present. And this is the third case, treenbare verb, verben in Nebensatz. Means that we have already seen that there are some sentence conjugator, like this is the first sentence and this is the second sentence, Hauptsatz und Nebensatz, and we can combine together with some conjunctions. So this is a conjunction. So what the statement says, that ich gehe jetzt ins Bett. So I go to the bed now. Why I am going to the bed? So I am reasoning in the second sentence, while. While means because. So while means because. Weil ich morgens immer schon 6 Uhr aufstehe. So because I have to always get up at 6, so I am going in the bed. So if treenbaren verb is in the like combination of two sentences, and if it is in the Nebensatz, means that if it is in the second sentence, then it goes at the very end, and what happens, that it is conjugated based on ish. Okay, in this case the verb muss was conjugated on the basis of ish, not the einkaufen. Einkaufe is not here, it is the total form, but here it goes at the end, but it is conjugated. So I think you got my point. So it might be some tricky, but this is a very easy thing when you complete it. Okay, so we used to know that we have verbs like this, but we have a special kind of verb called separable verbs, which can be separated. Why separated? Because before the verb there is a prefix, and the prefix can be sent to a very end to the sentence. When we can send them? When it is only treenbaren verb in the present in the sentence, then we can cut down the verbs, einkaufen is cut down, and put the last portion of the verb and conjugate with the pronoun, and then put the prefix at the very end. Next time, if there is a modal verb, we put the modal verb in the second position, conjugate with the pronoun, and then put the treenbare verb in the very end, and it will not be conjugated, it will be in the infinitive form. Next one, if there is any sentence conjugations, and if there is treenbare verb in the Nebensatz, and then it will be conjugated on the basis of the pronoun, but it will go at the very end. Okay, so let's do the start. So let's start the tasks. Okay, so first task we have, lesen Sie die Verben laut. The accent is of dem prefix. So like read the verbs loudly, and the accent, so like the way of talking is like focused on the prefix. Okay, it focused on, basically it is focused on the prefix. So we are learning new words, right? So like be attentive. So first one, aufstehen. Aufstehen means to get up. So aufstehen means get up, like to get up from bed. Einladen. Einladen means invitation, to invite someone. Einkaufen. Einkaufen means shopping. Abfahren. Abfahren means departure. Okay, abfahren means to depart or departure. So we already learned the verbs fahren, kaufen, laden, stehen. So before all of them there is a prefix and they are becoming new things. Like fahren means to go and abfahren means to depart. Okay, and the verb uncommon. Common means to come, uncommon means arrival, to arrive. Okay, umsteigen. Umsteigen means to change the bus, to change the train, like this. Okay, aufhören. Aufhören means to stop. Zumachen. Zumachen means to close. Okay, and finally mitkommen. Mitkommen means to come with. So we read out the verbs and try to understand the meanings. Okay, again I am saying aufstehen means to get up, einladen means to invite someone, einkaufen shopping, abfahren depart, ankommen arrive, umsteigen to change, your fahren to stop, zumachen means to close, mitkommen to come along. Okay, next task. So task 1 is done already, so we have the next task. Der Arbeitstag fängt an. So this is also a like a treenbare verb based sentence. What it says, the working day begins. There is an Der Arbeitstag is the first portion of the sentence, and in the second portion in the second word there is verb. So der Arbeits is the first position, subject. This is the verb. Verb is conjugated based on the subject, and at the very end we have the prefix. So this one is anfangen. Anfangen means to begin. Okay, so this is also a treenbare verben. Okay, so let's start the task. First one, let us know what the verbs is. Einsteigen, umsteigen, aussteigen. So we know that for example, if you are going from Paris to Munich. Okay, Paris to Munich, and you don't have a direct train. Okay, like you have to at first go to a place called Saarbrücken, like I call it let's call it Saarland. Okay, so at first from Paris you have to go to Saarland. From Saarland you can take a train to Munich. Okay, so what is happening, at first you are getting on the train. To get on a train you call it einsteigen. Okay, and now you are changing your train to another train to go to Munich. You are not directly going to Munich, you are changing another train to go to Munich. That thing is called umsteigen. And finally you arrived in Munich and you can get off the train and reach your destination. It is called aussteigen. Okay, so I hope you understand these points. So let's start. Like if you are already used to with the German trains right now, then it is very easy. But still, those who are not in still in Germany, not in still in the home country, so like it's somehow confusing. Okay, so einsteigen means to get in, to bus, to train or something. Umsteigen to change the bus, train or something. Aussteigen to get out, like you have reached your destination. Okay, so we have the verb einsteigen. What we do, we break down. We have the prefix, we have the main verb, and this verb I will conjugate on the basis of the pronouns. What is the pronoun? Ich. So ich steige An der Station, we stand in die U6 an. U6 ein, okay. U6 ein. U6 means U-Bahn, okay. U6 means U-Bahn, a kind of train, underground train. Like there are numbers in the underground train, U1, U2, U3, like this. So what this sentence is saying, that I get to the station, we stand and take the train U6. So I get into the train U6 in the station called West End. So like this. So what actually we are doing, we are breaking down the verb and putting the main portion of the verb conjugated with the pronoun, and at the very end we are pushing the prefix. So first task is done. Next one, umsteigen. So what is the sentence? An der Station Hauptwache. So at the station Hauptwache, and we have to place the verb here in the second position. So where is the pronoun? Pronoun is here ich. So based on ich, the verb is steigen and it will become steige. Okay. So an der Station Hauptwache steige ich. The sentence is umsteigen. So we cut down, and now here we will place This is the very end of this sentence. This at the very end of this sentence, and there is an und, and we finish another sentence, right? Und nehme die U an. Okay. So basically what this prefix went at the very end actually. Okay. So I hope you understand also this one. Next one, aussteigen. Similarly we have to cut out, and we have to see the pronoun is ich. So we have to use the conjugated verb. Again it will become steige, and the prefix is aus, so we will write here aus. So am Südbahnhof steige ich aus. It means that at South train station I get out of the train. So what this three sentence is meaning, that I get on the train named U6 at the station called West End, and when I come to the station Hauptwache, I change the train from U6 to U1, and when I reach the Südbahnhof, like South train station, I get out from the train because I reached my destination. Okay, so all three is done. Next one, uncommon. So also we break down and see that pünktlich 8 Uhr. So like at 8 o'clock, the pronoun is ich. So for ich we have to use the verb, conjugate the verb komme. So ich komme ich. Komme ich im Büro an. Okay, so I come to the office at 8. Next one, aufmachen. Aufmachen, what I told, aufmachen is to close. Okay, so we cut down. Es ist sehr warm, it is very hot. Ich, and now we have to use the main verb. For ich, the machen verb will be conjugated to mache. Ich mache the Fenster auf. Okay, so it is not the closing, is the opening. Okay, off means on. So I make the window on, like I open the window. So aufmachen means to open. So it is very warm, I open the window. Okay, next one, reinkommen. we already know what is uncommon. Okay, there is no. Okay, we already know uncommon. Okay, and there is another thing, rein common. Uncommon means arrival and rein common means to enter. Okay, so now we have to make the conjugations. Okay, so up to this it is the sentence, and then there is next sentence, and is not given actually. Okay, so mine colleague, and based on this colleague we have to make the conjugation. Okay, so my colleague, so it can be replaced with air, and based on the air we can make the conjugation. So my colleague is a male person and it can be replaced by air. So common will become compt. And now we have to use the write down more smaller case because there are two words. Okay, so my colleague compt Rhine. My colleague entered and said. Okay, done. Next one, zumachen. Zumachen means to close. Aufmachen means to aufmachen means to open. Zumachen means to close. S is called here. So we break down the verb. Here it is z. It is not ish or it is not air. It is z, and this z is like the formal z. So for formal z, machen will always remain the machen. Machen Sie doch das Fenster zu. So it is cold here. Please close the window. Okay, machen. Next one, it is also with zu machen. Okay, so we break down. Machen will be conjugated with ish. For ish it will be ish mache. For z it was machen, and for ish it is mache. Ich mache das Fenster weiter zu. So I close the window und anfangen. Anfangen means begin. So und new sentence. So und fange new sentence, but still the pronoun is ich. So und fange mit der Arbeit an. So and start the work. Okay. By this way we completed the task 2. Task 1, task 2 both are done. So we go down and complete the next. Okay, next one, mein Tag schreiben Sie Sätze. So write down the sentences. So the sentences are jumbled and we have a treenbare verben. Okay, so first one is already done. See, ich muss immer 6 Uhr aufstehen. We see we have a modal verb. For modal verb we go to the second case. This second case. So when there is modal verb, the treenbare verben will go to the very end, and what will happen is that this will not be conjugated. Conjugated will be the modal verben. So ich muss immer 6 Uhr aufstehen. So it is not broken down. It is still it is, and it is not conjugated. Okay, we can write this sentence in another way, like this. 6 Uhr muss ich immer aufstehen. Okay. So first sentence, I have to always get up at 6. Second sentence, at 6 I have always to get up. So in the both way we can write the sentence. So this is how we can write with way number 1. So way number 2, it's up to you. Okay, so first one is done. Next one, anfangen. we check that if there is any modal verb. No, there is no modal verb, so we can write the sentence. I will just write here. Okay, so what I do, I start with the pronoun. Okay, so I start with the pronoun ish. I break down the treenbare verben, and I will now conjugate the last portion. So ish fange I write the next of the remaining sentences. Sieben Uhr 30 mit der Arbeit and now remaining prefix, so it will be an. Okay, so this is how we can write the sentence. Ich fange 7 Uhr 30 mit der Arbeit an. Okay, this is one way, and this is the second way we can write the sentence. So how can I write the sentence in the second way? I start with the time. Okay, 7 Uhr 30. Okay, and now I have to write the main verb. What is the main verb? Is the next portion of the treenbare verben. So Uhr fange, this verb is in the second position. This whole thing is in the first position, and this verb is the second position. Okay, fange, and now the pronoun ish mit der Arbeit an. So two ways you can write the sentences. Okay, so first one is done, second one is also done. Next one is verb is einkaufen. So we break down ein and kaufen, and now I try to write the sentences. So I will remove this and try to write the sentences. Okay, so I will remove this one, and also I will remove this one. We can write the sentence in two ways. First way, we start with the pronoun. So pronoun is ish, no problem, and then the verb. Is there any modal verb? No, there is no modal verb. So we go to the treenbare verb and break down the verb, and I have to conjugate with ish. So ish kaufe. Okay, done. And then rest of the sentence, am Montag nach der Arbeit ein. So like this, am Montag nach der Arbeit and then ein. Okay, I shop on Monday after the work. And now I can write the sentences another way, that at Monday I shop after the work. Okay, so Montag, now the verb. Where is the verb? Verb is this one. So it will be conjugated based on ish. Ish is in the next sentence, next part. Okay, so kaufe ish, then nach der Arbeit, rest of the sentence. And what is remaining? Remaining is the prefix, so ein. Okay, so this one is also completed. Next one, the fourth one. Okay, so I can do this one, then we can, I think we can write two ways also this one, because there is time mention. Okay, so let us see. Zurückkommen means to come back. So we can break down also this. We check if there is any modal verb here. No, there is no modal verb, so we can write down the sentence. So let us start. I will start with ish. So let us write, so ish, and the verb is kommen with ish, it will become komme. Okay, so we wrote the pronoun and also the verb, and now we try to finish the sentences. So ich komme am Abend 19 Uhr nach Hause zurück. So am Abend 19 Uhr nach Hause. And now we have the remaining portion of the treenbare verben. So we have to write the remaining portion of the treenbare verb, and now it is finished. Okay, now how can I write the sentence in another way? Like this, starting with the time. So am Abend, then I am writing the time totally. Okay, 19 Uhr, and now we start with the verb. So these all things can be considered as the first portion of the sentence. In the second portion we use the verb now. So komme ich, and now rest of the sentence nach Hause, and now rest of the prefix. So zurück. Okay, so this one is also done. Next one is ausgehen. Okay, so we see that if there is any modal verb in the sentence, right? We see if there is any modal verb, we check mosten, is it a modal verb? If you see the last classes, yes, it is a modal verb. And ausgehen means to go out, gehen means to go, and ausgehen means to go out. So how can I write write using a modal verb? So we go to the second case. If there is a modal verb, the treenbare verb will go at the end and modal verb will be conjugated. Okay, so we write the sentence. At first we start with ich. Okay, at first we start with ich. This is the fifth one. So we start with ich, and now we have to use the verb, and since there is modal verb, so we will use moste, and mosten will become moste because ich, the pronoun ich is here. Okay, so ich moste, and then rest of the sentence heute, and there is no sentence remaining, and so we can use the treenbare verben now. So today I want to go out today. Okay, like this. And treenbare verb is not broken down, and it is in infinite form at the very end. And how can I write in the other way? So let us see. So 5, I start with the time. So heute, and now the verb. So möchte, and now the pronoun, and now the remaining treenbare verben. Heute möchte ich ausgehen. Today I want to go out. I want to go out today, or today I want to go out. So it is up to you. How can you say? Okay, next one is a question, and there is a treenbare verb, and also there is a modal verb. So how can you write? We don't have two separate ways now, we have only one way. Okay, so let us make the question. So we have the modal verb. So modal verb we will write möchtest. Why möchtest? Because du is here, and then the verb is mit kommen. Should we cut down the verbs? No. Why? Because there is modal verb, and this verb goes in the very end. So this is how we make the question. Möchtest du mitkommen? So we don't cut out these two, we cut out all these three. Okay, so in this way we completed also this task. Let's go to the next task. Task number 4. Unser nächster Urlaub. So our next vacation. Ergänzen Sie die Verben. So fill the blanks with the verbs. Anfangen means to begin. Einladen to invite. Mitnehmen to take with. Mitkommen to come with. Abfahren the departure. Zurückfahren depart back. Abholen to pick up. Ankommen to arrive. Umsteigen to change. Okay, now let us read the passage. So this is a passage and description. So let us read. Meine Freunde wohnt an der Nordsee. Okay, so my girlfriend lives in the Nordsee. So sea means lake, like in the Baltic side of Germany. Okay, so like in the north side of Germany. Okay, so she lives there and she invited me. Okay, so first sentence, meine Freundin wohnt an der Nordsee. Sentence finished, and wohnt, the sentence is conjugated, and then sie lad mich ein, and she invited me, and this sie is she. And einladen, this verb is cut down, and laden is conjugated based on she, so it becomes like this, and at the end of the sentence the prefix is given. Okay, so this task, first one is done. Next one, meine Kinder. So my kids, it is plural of, so we have two blanks. So like my kids are also coming with me. So to come with, the verb is mitkommen. So what we have to do, we have to break down the verb mitkommen, and now we have to use the second portion of the verb kommen. And meine Kinder means my kids, it is plural. So for plural, kommen will remain kommen. Of, and prefix with the very end of mit. Okay, next sentence, die Ferien blank am Montag blank. So the holidays begins. So begins, anfangen means to begin. So the holiday begins, okay, at Monday. So we have to break the anfangen and die Ferien. So the holidays, it is plural. So die Ferien, for plural, fangen will remain fangen, and rest of the prefix will go at the end. So the holiday begins on Monday, but we are blank schon am Freitag, but we are starting on Friday. Okay, or we are we are start the traveling, the departure. So we are, but we are, for we are, we will use this one, abfahren means we are starting or departing. Okay, so we already started on Friday. Our holiday begins on Monday, but we started on Friday. And now the pronoun is we are. So we are, fahren will remain fahren. And then at the very end of the sentence, rest of the prefix. What the sentence means, the vacation begins on Monday, but we are starting the traveling on Friday. Okay, in Hanover is a place in Germany, müssen wir. So in Hanover we have to change, umsteigen, müssen wir change. Müssen means have to or must. So this is a modal verb. Since we have modal verb, we cannot break down this verb. We have to put the verb at the very end and without the change form. So we will just write here umsteigen. Next one, 20 Uhr blank we are done in Sankt Peter wording. So at 8:18 we are then at this place, okay, or like at 8:18 we arrive at this place. So arrival, where is arrival? Arrival is this one, uncommon. Uncommon is arrival. So the pronoun is we are. We break down this one. We see we don't have modal verb in this sentence, so we break down this and we will conjugate the verb. Since it is we are, so it will become common, and then this is the name of a place, and the last sentence, last portion of the sentence we put an. Okay, next one, meine Freundin blank, like my girlfriend is picking me up. So to pick up is abholen, and do you have to break the verb? Yes, we have to break the verb. So we break the verb, put the prefix at the very end, and now conjugate based on this one. So this is a female friend, she, it can be replaced with z or she. For she, the fallen conjugation will become hold, like this. Okay, done. Next sentence, im Norden ist es immer ein bisschen kälter. So in north it is always a little cold. Also müssen wir warme Kleidung. So this is the next sentence, but in this sentence we have the modal verb. Okay, so also we must have to bring the warm clothes. So to bring with it, it is mitnehmen. Since there is modal verb in the sentence, we don't have to break down, we will just write mitnehmen at the very end of the sentence. So mitnehmen, done. Nach 2 Wochen müssen wir nach Hause. So after 2 weeks we have to go back to our house. So to go back, it is zurückfahren. Zurückfahren. Since we have modal verb here, so we cannot break down, we will just write the whole treenbare verben. So zurückfahren. Okay, so also the fourth task is also done. Next one is fifth task, Hausarbeit. So housework. Ergänzen Sie die Verben. So fill in the blanks with the verbs. So it is a A2 level. So let us see what are the verbs. Okay, so we have also new verbs like aufstehen. We already know aufstehen, what it means, to get up. Vorbereiten means to prepare. Abwaschen means to wash up. Anmachen means to turn on. Okay, like it can be aufmachen also. Aufmachen means to open, anmachen means to turn on, and zumachen to turn off. Einkaufen means shopping. Zurückkommen to come back. Mitbringen to bring with. Aufräumen means to clean up. Anrufen to call. Fernsehen to watch TV. Aufhängen to hang up, and ausleeren to empty. Okay, let us start. Jeden Morgen muss ich früh aufstehen. Why this aufstehen is not broken down? Because there is modal verb, and this treenbare verb goes at the very end. Okay, next one, jeden Tag blank ist das Frühstück blank. So every day I have to prepare the breakfast. So we already told to prepare is vorbereiten. So we break down for and bereiten. Why we break down? Because there is no modal verb in this sentence. So we put the prefix at the very end, and now this verb bereiten we conjugate based on ish, so it will become okay, danak. So then blank ish das geschirr blank. This is a sentence. So geschirr means dishes, so I clean the dishes. So abwaschen means to clean up. Let us see if there's any modal verb in this sentence. No, there is no modal verb, so we have to break down. So in the last portion we just put up, and now in the second point part of the sentence we have to conjugate. So waschen will be conjugated on the base of ish, it will be washe. Danach wasche ich das Geschirr ab. So then I wash the dishes. Und blank die Waschmaschine blank, and turn on the wash machine. So to turn on means anmachen. So is there any modal verb? No modal verb, so we break down it, and we have to conjugate based on this ish, because this sentence is still not finished. So mache die Waschmaschine an, because this is the prefix. Okay, next one, dann muss ich blank und kochen. So this one we have to use, then I have to do this and cook. Here we see a modal verb is here, so einkaufen will not be broken down, we will just write here einkaufen. Next one, 13 Uhr, so at 1 o'clock blank die Kinder aus der Schule blank. So we have to use zurückkommen. So Kinder is plural and there is no modal verb in this sentence, so we have to break down, and main verb is kommen, so we have to write kommen here, and at the very end zurück, so we have to write zurück here. So I at first write zurück here, and now we have to conjugate the kids, it is plural, so kommen will remain kommen. Okay, next sentence, manchmal blank sie Freunde zum Essen. So sometimes they bring friends to eat with. Okay, so mitbringen. Is there any modal verb? No modal verb, so we break down. At the very end we keep mit, and now we have to conjugate based on this z. This z is the kids, so what will happen here, it will be bringen. Why bringen? Because kids plural. Okay, next, sie spielen dann, they play then, und ich, now there is ich blank die Kuche blank. So we have to use the verb anraumen. So anraumen means to tidy up. Is there any modal verb? No modal verb, so we break down, and we at the end we put the auf, and this verb raumen will be on the basis of ish, so it will be raume. So they play then, and I tidy up the kitchen. Putze means to clean, bugle means to iron. Okay, and then blank beim Arzt oder den der Schule blank. So we have to use the verb is anrufen. Is there any modal verb within? No, so we have to break down ein, and at the very end we put an, and now conjugate conjugate on the basis of ish. Ish is present within the sentence. So rufe, it will become rufe. Okay. Next one, später blank die Kinder blank. So the verb is fahren sehen, and there is no modal verb, so we break down später sehen. Why sehen? Because the Kinder is plural, so sehen, and then rest of the prefix, it is fahren. Okay. Next one, ich blank die Wasche, so aufhängen. Aufhängen means to hang, and there is no modal verb, so break down, the pronoun is ich, so hängen will become just hänge. Die Wasche auf, so I hang the washing clothes, like washed clothes. Okay. Und blank die Mülleimer blank, so und leere die Mülleimer aus, and I clean the, like this is the dustbin, so I empty the dustbin. Was ist mein Beruf? What is my profession? Ich bin Hausmann. I am a houseman. Like in Asian countries we have housewife. Okay. Also we have also houseman. In German, housewife is called Hausfrau, houseman is called Hausmann. Okay, so we have finished also the task 5. We go down, finish the next one. Task 6. Im Büro schreiben Sie Sätze. So in the office, write down the sentences. So let us write. Already number 1 is done. Anschalten. Okay, like anschalten means to open or to turn on the computer. Okay, so anschalten, this is the verb. And how can I write the sentence? Like 8 Uhr schalte ich den Computer an. And I have told you we can write the sentences another way. How can I write the sentences another way? I'll just write here. Ich, I start with ich, then I write schalte, rest of the sentences 8 Uhr den Computer an. So I can also write in this way. So it's up to you how you can choose. Okay, so first one is already done. Second one I will write. Okay, so uncommon. So see, we don't have any modal verbs, so we use our basic knowledge. So within the first task we have already some basic knowledge, so I will not discuss anymore. I will just write 10 Uhr, and now we have to write the uncommon. We have to conjugate on the basis of ich, no, on the basis of eine Lieferung. Okay, so eine Lieferung is like can be replaced with s or it, so common will become kommt, and then eine Lieferung. Lieferung means the parcel. Okay, eine Lieferung an. So at 10 o'clock a parcel comes. So second one is also done. We do the third one. Okay, now we do the third one. Third one is anrufen. Okay, there is maybe two words. Okay, schreiben müssen. Okay, so how can I write the sentence? Let us try. Um 9 Uhr. I will use the anrufen. I will break down anrufen, to write like this: rufe ich Kunden an. So at 9 I call the customers. Okay, and now I will add, like, since there is plus, I will add the rest of the sentence. So und schreibe ich und schreibe emails. Okay, so at 9 I talk to customers. So in the first sentence we use the treenbare verben, so we conjugated and broken down, and now write the next verbs. Okay, so third one is also done. Next one is the fourth one. So let us try fourth one. Let us try. So we have two verbs, arbeiten and anfangen. Okay, so what is the sentence? Ich schnell, let us see, ich schnell weil. So there is because. Okay, so we can combine two sentences. Das Meeting 11 Uhr. So let us try how to write. Ich arbeite schnell. I finish 1. So I work fast. Okay, and why I work fast? I will use the treenbare verb here. Okay, and this is the third case. If I conjugate and in the Nebensatz, there is treenbare verb, and it goes at the very end, but it is conjugated on the basis of pronoun. Okay, so this is the only case I can use this example, so I am using. So while das Meeting 11 Uhr anfängt. Why anfängt? Because the conjugation is on the basis of the meeting. So this first sentence is done, and second sentence, the subject is das Meeting. So I combine, put the treenbare verb at the very end and conjugate it on the basis of meeting. Okay, so fourth one is also done. Next one also we have two verbs, anfangen, können. So let us see. Nach dem Meeting können wir mit der Pause anfangen. Okay, so we check that is there any modal verb here. Yes, können is a modal verb, so we can write the sentence. So let us start. Number 5, nach dem Meeting können wir mit der Pause anfangen. Okay, after the meeting, like, we can begin the break. Okay, and what we did here, that since there is a modal verb, so we push the treenbare verb at the very end and it is not conjugated. Okay, and the modal verb is conjugated based on wir. Okay, next one is zurückkommen and müssen. So this is a modal verb, so we have to push the treenbare verb at the very end. Okay, so let us try to write the sentence. Okay, so let us try to write the sentence. what will happen, that punktlich um 13 Uhr muss ich aus der Pause, and then we have to use the treenbare verb. So zurückkommen. Okay. So timely at 1 I have to come back from the break. Pause means break. Okay. So timely at 1 I have to come back from the break. Zurückkommen. Okay. Zurückkommen. Okay. Next one. So 6 is also done. So what we did, we have modal verb and we conjugated the modal verb based on the pronoun, and then we push down the treenbare verb at the very end. Okay, so this one is also done. Next one, ausschalten. So anschalten means to on, ausschalten means to off, aufräumen means to clean or tidy up. So we have two treenbare verben. Okay, so let us try to write. I will just write here. So this is number 7. 17 Uhr, 17 Uhr schalte ich den Computer aus. So turn off the computer und räume den Schreibtisch auf. What we did, we have two treenbare verben. So I used the first one here and combined with und and use the second one here, and my pronoun is ich, so I conjugated like schalte, I conjugated räume, and in the first sentence at the very end I put this treenbare verb, and the second sentence at the very end I put the treenbare verb. Okay, so this is also done. Next one also we have two, and we have a modal verb also. So this is the tough case. So we have one modal verb, we have two treenbare verb. Okay, so how can I write? Let us see. Number 8. Okay, and like ich, then I can write gehe nach Hause zurück, and then I use because, weil ich heute ausgehen möchte, like this. Okay, let us use ich gehe. So I am using second treenbare verb. Okay, so I am breaking down. Ich gehe schnell. No, I am using the like a sentence I can use that I come back from the house quickly because I want to go out. Okay, so like from work I came back to house because I want to go out. Okay, so ich gehe schnell nach Hause zurück, and we now use while. Okay, so while ich, then the since while is here, we can use the third case. Okay, so we can push the treenbare verb at the very end. But what problem we have? We also have a modal verb here. So what can we do? We can push the modal verb at the end, and before that I have to uh, push also the treenbare verb. So I can read the sentence like while ich heute ausgehen möchte, like this. So two verbs will be pushed back. Since modal verbs priority is higher, so it will be more pushed back. Okay, so this one is also done. Next one also we have two verbs. One verb gehen, no treenbaren, and next one is mitkommen is treenbare. So we can break down this. Okay, and it is a question. Okay, so let us try to write 9. Okay, I will just write here 9. Gehe ich alleine ins Kino oder kommen Sie mit? This is a question. So since it is a question, so like and we combine two sentences with order. Okay, so I go to the cinema alone, or are you coming with me? Okay, in the first sentence I use the normal verb gehe ich alleine in Kino, and second sentence I use the treenbaren verb. So we broken down the treenbaren verb. So common will remain common because z is used, formal z, and at the very end I use the prefix. Okay, so this is how I completed all the treenbare verben. So in the next chapter I will try to solve the next one. Okay, so take care everyone, see you in the next lesson.